There are few things more frustrating than turning the key in your ignition and hearing nothing but a disheartening click, or worse, absolute silence. A dead car battery can derail your day faster than you can say tow truck. But before you call for help or spend money on a new battery, let's explore how to diagnose and often fix a dead car battery yourself, transforming that click into a confident crank. This guide will take you step by step through the process, empowering you to get back on the road. The most common signs of a dead battery are pretty unmistakable. You might experience absolutely no power at all, meaning no dashboard lights, no radio, and definitely no engine cranking. Sometimes you'll hear a rapid clicking sound when you turn the key, which indicates there's some power, but not enough to engage the starter motor. Other times, your lights might be dim, your horn weak, or the engine might turn over very slowly before dying. These are all strong indicators that your battery is the culprit. Our first step is always to check the battery terminals and cables. Pop your hood and locate your battery. You'll see two large terminals, usually one positive marked with a plus sign and a red cable, and one negative marked with a minus sign and a black cable. Visually inspect these connections. Are they loose? Can you wiggle them easily? Are they covered in a fuzzy, often blue or green, powdery substance? This corrosion is a major power inhibitor and needs to be addressed. To clean corroded terminals, you'll need a wire brush, baking soda, and water. First, always disconnect the negative terminal first, then the positive, to prevent accidental shorts. Mix a tablespoon of baking soda with a cup of water to create a paste. Apply this paste to the corroded areas and scrub vigorously with your wire brush. The baking soda will neutralize the acid, and the brush will scrape away the buildup. Once clean, rinse with plain water and dry thoroughly with a rag. Reconnect the positive terminal first, then the negative, ensuring they are snug and secure. Now, let's get a more scientific diagnosis with a multimeter. Set your multimeter to DC volts and select a range like 20 V. Touch the red probe to the positive battery terminal and the black probe to the negative terminal. A fully charged car battery should read around 12.6 volts or higher. If your reading is significantly below 12.4 volts, say 12.0 volts or less, your battery is indeed discharged and likely the cause of your troubles. Anything below 10 volts suggests a severely dead or damaged battery. If your battery is simply discharged, a jump start is often the quickest solution. Before you begin, you'll need a set of jumper cables and another vehicle with a working battery. Park the donor vehicle close enough so the jumper cables can reach both batteries, but ensure the vehicles are not touching. Turn off both vehicles' engines and all accessories like lights and radios. Safety first. Wear gloves and eye protection if you have them. Connecting jumper cables correctly is crucial. First, attach one red clamp to the positive terminal of the dead battery. Then, attach the other red clamp to the positive terminal of the donor battery. Next, attach one black clamp to the negative terminal of the donor battery. Finally, and this is important, attach the remaining black clamp to an unpainted metal surface on the engine block or frame of the dead vehicle, away from the battery itself. This provides a ground connection and minimizes the risk of sparks near the battery gases. With the cables properly connected, start the engine of the donor vehicle and let it run for about 5 minutes. This allows the donor battery to send a charge to your dead battery. After 5 minutes, try to start your dead vehicle. If it cranks and starts, congratulations. If it doesn't, allow the donor vehicle to charge for another 5 to 10 minutes and try again. Sometimes, a severely drained battery needs a bit more time to accept a charge. What if your car still won't start after a jump attempt? This indicates the problem might not solely be the battery, or the battery is too far gone. If you hear a single click or no sound at all, the issue could be with your starter motor or its solenoid. If the engine cranks but won't catch, your fuel system or ignition system might be the culprit. At this point, further diagnosis, or even a tow, might be necessary. Once your car has successfully jump-started, do not immediately turn it off. Your car's alternator needs time to recharge the battery. Drive your car for at least 20 to 30 minutes, or even an hour, allowing the alternator to do its job. Longer drives are better. Ideally, avoid short trips and turn off non-essential accessories like the radio and air conditioning to maximize charging efficiency. When you get home, recheck your battery voltage with the multimeter. It should now read closer to 12.6 volts. If your battery was completely drained or your car won't hold a charge after a jump, you might need a dedicated battery charger. These devices slowly replenish the battery's power over several hours. Connect the charger according to its instructions, typically positive to positive, negative to negative, and let it work overnight. A smart charger will automatically stop charging once the battery is full, preventing overcharging. The alternator is a critical component that recharges your battery while the engine is running and powers your car's electrical systems. If your car dies shortly after a jump start, or if your headlights dim while driving, your alternator might be failing. You can test your alternator by starting your car, then carefully disconnecting the negative terminal of the battery. If the car immediately dies, your alternator is likely bad and not providing power. However, be cautious as this test can sometimes damage sensitive electronics in newer vehicles. The starter motor is responsible for turning the engine over to get it started. If you hear a single, loud click when you turn the key, but the engine doesn't crank, it's a strong indicator of a failing starter motor or a starter solenoid issue. Sometimes, a gentle tap on the starter motor with a wrench can temporarily jar a stuck solenoid loose, allowing you to start the car. However, this is a temporary fix and indicates the starter needs replacement. Why do car batteries die in the first place? One common reason is simply leaving your headlights or interior lights on overnight. Another is a parasitic drain, where a component in your car continues to draw power even when the vehicle is off, slowly depleting the battery. Old age is also a major factor. Car batteries typically last between 3 to 5 years before they lose their ability to hold a charge effectively due to internal wear and tear. To prevent future dead battery woes, consider some preventative measures. Regularly check your battery terminals for corrosion and clean them. Invest in a battery tender or maintainer if your car sits in use for extended periods. These keep the battery at an optimal charge level. Have your battery and charging system tested annually, especially before winter, by a mechanic or at an auto parts store. Keeping your battery healthy will save you a lot of hassle. Dealing with a dead car battery can be a major inconvenience, but with a little knowledge and a few basic tools, you can often diagnose and resolve the issue yourself. From identifying the telltale signs to cleaning terminals, jump-starting safely, and understanding the roles of your alternator and starter, you are now equipped to tackle this common automotive problem. Remember these steps, and next time you hear that disheartening click, you'll be ready to bring your car back to life and get back on the road.